Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
To our new passengers, aloha and welcome aboard.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
And I'm Bob Collar.
Who are you?
What are you talking about?
What? Have I not had your mic on this whole time?
No, I was in it. I told you I had to go to the restroom. Why?
Oh.
What, did I miss something?
No, you didn't miss anything. But everybody, this
All
is
right.
our 10th anniversary show. Can you believe
10
this?
years.
I know, it's crazy.
That can't be possible.
Oh,
Oh, wait. I just saw myself in the mirror. Oh, it's possible.
oh, it's so possible. Back when I had more hair.
10
10
years.
Yes.
10 years. So I gotta start this off. So I got a little background, folks, Looper Nation.
Yes, fill us in.
So there I was, leaning against a table at my work. And this strapping young man walks up to me and says, hello.
I'm not sure where this is going, but
I said, hello.
you're dead on.
And he looked at me with those blue eyes of his and that wavy hair and said, you want to do a podcast? And I said, what kind of podcast? And he said, a Disney podcast. And I said, no. And he kept pressing me for a couple of weeks.
Right.
And he said, don't worry. You don't have to do anything. Just show up.
Just be there.
Lies.
It's all lies.
Lies.
You started with a lie when you said the guy had blue eyes.
Oh, I wasn't talking about you.
Oh,
Why
wow.
is it always about you?
Wow. True. I have that podcaster ego now. That's what it's all about.
But we shared so many stories about Disney and talked about it so many times. And every time we would talk about something, Tim would look at me and go, we should do a show. This would be a show.
Absolutely.
Kind of like Seinfeld. It was strange how that all played out. And 10 years later, I was asked to come back on this show.
Because it could be a show.
And I appreciate it. Tim asked me to come back. And listen, I want to dispel any of the rumors that were out there, the conspiracy theories that might have been floating around that, I went to a different podcast or I was going to start my own podcast. I want everybody in Looper Nation to understand and know Tim and I are very good friends. We have been for a very long time. And we are very 100% monotonous when it comes to doing podcasts. And I would never go on anybody else's show but his. So.
That's true.
So thank you, Mr. Scott.
You're welcome.
Resort Loop, Tim.
Oh, Resort Loop, Bob. I'm glad we practiced mahogany. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. My favorite wood.
Oh,
the mahogany.
That is your favorite.
Anyway, you know what? I've got some trivia.
Do we want to start? Do you want to tell anybody where you've been? What have you been up to?
No, I will. So anyway, so everybody knows if you've listened to the old shows that I had a family issue going on, and I am very happy to say that about a year ago, our great niece, who was going through issues, she is in complete and total remission, and she got to ring the bell that the cancer survivors get to ring.
Praise.
And so we were very, very happy. The family's coming out to visit us in April, so we're going to have the kids back, and it's going to be great. So I've been tooling around the country as a pilot. I'm in Colorado.
Get out.
I won't.
No, I mean, I knew that already, but and I
I've been told by that's been told by me by many Coloradans. Get out.
Coloradians, Coloradans,
whatever.
And I said before, isn't it easier to fly in Colorado because you're already a mile up, so it's just like driving your car?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You've always been the expert in aerodynamics. So yeah, absolutely.
That's true. That's why I shave all body hair.
So I got some stuff I got to talk. First off, I will say this, and in all seriousness, I started a list when you asked me to come on the show. I was like, I gotta talk about all the loopers. The looper family is incredible. Looper Nation is just incredible. And and this is all. I'm very serious about this. I started writing down names, and the list got so long. I thought I know I'm going to forget somebody. And so I stopped writing because there's just too many people that have been such a huge part of this show.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Looper Nation, and have given so much to us, So I'm not going to name too many names because I can't name everybody.
Right. Of course.
But I will say this. Do you remember, Tim, back in the day, you know what our 100th show was? Do you remember what our 100th show was?
The 100th show. I remember the 200th show. Was the 100th show the show?
No, wait a minute.
Huh?
No, wait a minute.
Oh.
No, my notes are all screwed up. Anyway, do you remember? This is what I meant to say.
Okay.
Do you remember what the very first Rewind, Remove, Refurb show was? That was episode 53. You remember who our very first guest was on that?
I do. Mr. Safari Mike.
Safari Mike. You remember how we did that? We actually, you made me. Again, remember what I said earlier. All I have to do is show up. You made me. You made me put out on Twitter. Remember that? We put it out on Twitter. The Twitter. Hey, and the very first person that gets back to me with Skype. And sure enough, it was Safari Mike.
Loved it.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
Crazy.
And I think his response was something like, what the hell? Something like that.
I'll give it a shot.
Well, let's check out these guys.
And we've had so many great guests on Rewind, Remove, and Refurb. I mean, again, too many people to name. But we've had some really cool friends of the show come on. A lot of fun. That's always been a very popular show.
People love it. We should fire that back up. I should fire that one back up.
Absolutely. So we had great friends and still have great friends. And Chris DeMezzo, Joffrey. Who knew? I remember you and I sitting down talking, and you were so excited. You go, guess what's going on at Disney? And I said, what? And you said, Joffrey's Coffee's going in.
Right.
Do you remember that conversation? We talked about that, and we were like, we got to see if somebody will come on.
I do. And I remember sending an email, just a blind email to Joffrey's.
What was our motto when it came to inviting guests to the show? Do you remember that?
What was the motto? I don't know. What's the motto with you? No, I don't. What was our motto? Just hit send.
Right.
Just do it. Don't hover.
Just don't hover. Just hit send. Don't hover. Yeah. You know what my favorite shows always were? When we gave Looper Nation all of that great news and information. It seemed to fall always in April.
Yes. I actually had a note here about our April 1st shows. Always fun gathering those news stories.
Always. Who knew some of these things?
I mean, it was fake news before there was fake news.
Now, hold up.
Huh?
I'm just going to say, I'll bet if you went back and listened to all of the April 1st shows, some of that stuff probably came true.
Oh my gosh, we should do that. I'm going to make a note.
We called it we thought we were joking. Who knew? Got a world today. Anyway, no politics. We're not doing that.
No, we've never done that.
That's what got that other Bob in trouble. I am not going down that road.
Oh my.
Hey, speaking of which, did I call that guy years ago?
Heck yeah.
Bad call.
Horrible call.
Anyway, but we're back on track. Bob Iger back on in the saddle. I love that.
How shocking was that announcement, by the way? Because I still, whenever something major happens, I still text you. Like,
I know, right? we still get together all the time, folks. Yeah. So yeah, that was that blew my mind. Especially, I kind of saw that eventually Chapek was going to be out.
Yes.
Who knew Iger was going to come back?
That was the thing.
I was like, what?
First of all, let's get this straight. We would have been happy with anybody.
What's Michael Eisner doing right now is a question.
Eisner would be fantastic.
I know, right?
Let's get some love to the resorts. Come on.
Oh, could you imagine? That would have. Oh, anyway. You know what? Another one of my favorite shows has always been is the Looper listener poll.
Yes.
Great, great stuff coming from Looper Nation. Surprising sometimes.
Oh, always. Not just sometimes.
You're like, oh, I know how this is going to go. They're going to go, and then you and I would argue about it. I can't believe they're siding with you. What's going on? By the way, I do have one person I want to give a shout out. Thank you, Jeremy Hunt, for taking care of my boy.
Jeremy's
Tim.
The man.
Been helping out quite a bit, so I appreciate that for him stepping in. He's a good guy. Really appreciate it. So thanks, Jeremy. Hey, all right. Let's see. Let's test Tim's trivia.
All
right. Resort Loop history here.
All right.
You ready for this?
I made it up as I went, so I'm not sure I'll remember what it could have been. But yes, let's play. Let's do it.
Oh my. Well, first off, for tangent. Do you still do the tangent alert? Throw that in there.
You know what? I have a special tangent alert, but I don't have it loaded. I'll edit and post.
Do what you can do.
All right.
Do what you can.
It will be
done
right now.
This is an official Resort Loop tangent alert.
All right. So, tangent. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, no. Here's here's the tangent. We start drinking early in Colorado. It's just, And
the air's already thin.
And the air's thin. Tangular. So, folks, I don't know if we ever talked about this when we were going to do this. We were going to be the news and information for everything Disney. Remember that? Or Walt Disney World, at least.
Yes.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
That was our goal. If you looked at our whatever they call it, the business model thing, that was us. And then we realized, wow, that's hard.
There's a lot of people that can do that better than us.
That's too much work.
Oh, you got to write.
Let's see if people will actually pay attention to us a little bit.
There you go.
Just being us.
Let's just listen. I mean, let's just listen and talk about what's going on.
Yeah. And then that grew into, well, they don't want to just listen to us. Let's have them listen to each other. So we started bringing people on. That's what the whole, rewind, remove, refurb was. That was, all of the Looper listener polls. We wanted you guys to be involved, and it, man, 10 years.
I know.
Phenomenal. So, okay, back to my original thought.
Okay.
The air is thin here. Just saying. Roundtable crew. Do you remember what the very first Roundtable episode? And I'm ashamed of us for taking so long to do the first episode. You know what episode that was?
Oh, 80 something? Is it 80 something? I don't even know.
Oh, how about 295?
Get out.
The first Roundtable episode. Can you believe that?
Wow.
What were we thinking?
I have no idea. My goodness.
And it was Emily Hansa Hicks that said, hey, you guys should do a show about the vacation club. It was actually her idea.
She's brilliant.
one of the original. There were only two. What were the two original? I gave you one. What were the two original roundtable crew that started it all back on episode 295?
Oh, I think I might know this.
Yeah.
Joe Quattrochi?
Nope.
No. Chris Malick.
Yes. But who's the ones that are still with us? Yeah. Chris Malick was in there.
Yes.
Absolutely. Emily, I gave you that one.
Yes.
What are the other two?
Oh, it wasn't Rebecca Toone?
Rebecca was in there. She
Fantastic.
was the other one that's still. So I question their decision making, both Emily and Rebecca. They keep doing this for 10 years. I love you guys. I do. I love those guys. I love everybody. And Susan Brass was the other one,
right,
on the show. And she had just bought into the Vacation Club. Joe Quattrochi, the original Super Looper, good friend. Love Joe. He joined on episode 2, the second roundtable.
Okay. Wow.
You know who else was on that second roundtable?
I don't.
As a guest, it was Brad Coates.
Brad Coates, of course.
Do we know him?
We love Brad.
We love Brad. So really, I mean, it started with the original, the crew that has stayed with it, with you, with the show for so long. Brad actually officially signed on episode 355 of the roundtable. So
wow,
yeah, how about that? I was kind of shocked by that. It was fun to listen to those shows again and remember all that cool stuff. So and then on episode 320, we surprised everybody with a special guest who has been a great friend of the show for a long time, continues to be, and took us to dinner.
Mr. Len Testa.
Mr. Len Testa. Yeah.
Still one of the best dinners.
I was actually just telling that story 2 nights ago. So
wow.
It was our good pal Len Testa, who has helped us out and been on the show so many times. How many times? I think he kicked off Holiday-thon at least 3 times.
At least,
like
yeah.
that.
Yep.
Somewhere like
we
that.
love Len.
Oh, and you would never know that guy has the money he has. He is just one of the most down-to-earth, coolest, nicest guys. So you got to get Len back on.
We will work on that. Absolutely. I'm sure that's just an email away. Just hit send. Don't hover.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's got you on speed dial, man. Come on.
Oh, I'm sure.
We are probably one of the only Disney podcasts that had the entire crew of the WDW Today podcast back when it was good. We had, what'd I say? Oh, did I say something out loud? We had Mike Scope.
I was gonna say, you didn't say anything inaccurate.
It's not mean if it's true.
Oh,
I'm just saying,
there you
folks. Go. It's not mean if it's true. So we had Mike. First, we had Mike Scopa on.
Yes, I was thinking about that recently too.
Yeah, he talked about the Run Disney stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then Len came on, and then eventually we were forced to put Matt Hochberg on. He threatened us with a lawsuit. No, I'm kidding.
Not at all.
Kidding. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was fun being able to talk because back then, those were the guys that inspired us.
Absolutely.
To
Loved
do the
them.
show.
And I remember I was going to say, we got a little bit of flack for having Matt Hochberg on to talk about Royal Caribbean. Because everyone's like, you're a Disney podcast. I'm like, listen, you can go on a Royal Caribbean
guy.
Right. 1, he's from WDW Today. And 2, you can go on a Royal Caribbean cruise after a Disney vacation or before. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's okay. It's okay. Everybody calm down.
There's groups for this if we need it.
Everybody take a deep breath.
Remember, another one of our slogans, by the way, just be nice.
Just be nice. Why don't people want to do that anymore?
Not so more than ever. What's going on with the world?
Oh my. I blame Chapek. Anyway, can't blame him anymore, right? Anyway. Another staple that we just always had so much fun with was the Holiday-thon. Speaking of Len Testa,
yes.
The Holiday-thon. And oh my gosh, Looper Nation, I'm going to tell you right now, we love you guys
so much.
But that was one of the hardest weeks we ever had. Every time Holiday-thon would come out,
it was always good on paper.
For sure. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, we did. We met and talked with Disney. We had some famous people on, some relatively famous people.
Who
knew? We had Disney master artist Kevin John.
Oh,
he was on the show
a few times. Yeah, I love Kevin John.
Yeah, he's out in California now doing all that crazy stuff. One of my favorites, and this truly was my favorite, when we talked to the Sherman brothers.
Absolutely.
And they the sons of the Sherman brothers, the Sherman cousins, I guess, when they did that documentary, The Boys.
Yes.
Wow. What a great that is still one of my favorite episodes of all time.
Every time I hear one of their songs, I'm like, I can't believe we talked to their sons, and we heard firsthand how some of these songs came about.
I know. And yeah, we tried to get the one Sherman brother on, but he was too busy. He emailed us, so we got emails from him.
Right.
So that's something.
That was something. He didn't hover.
Again, folks, if you got something you want to do it. Well, as long as it's not, weird.
Right.
or illegal.
Right.
But if you got dreams, don't hurt people. Just be nice.
Just be nice.
Right. But yeah, don't hover. Right. We talked to the original voice of Bambi. Remember that one?
I do remember that one.
I wish I could remember his name off the top of my head right now, but
Donnie Dunnigan. Was it
Donnie Dunnigan?
Yes.
That was awesome. Talking to him.
Do you remember when we talked to Pixar?
Oh my gosh!
Now
folks, were we not blown away when they said yes?
Exactly. It was like Kirk. Certainly, there's another Resort Loop out there that they're thinking about.
Do they know who we are?
And I'm going to tell the story. I don't know if you remember this. We had to actually start that interview over.
Yes.
Because I had hit record. I had a little digital recorder here next to the computer. And it wasn't in the ideal place, but I hit record. It sounded good. They were going. So we were, I don't know how many minutes into the interview we were. I moved my arm, hit the digital recorder. It flew across the room, came unplugged from the computer. And I was like, oh, this is going to be painful. I'm like, hey guys, I'm sorry, but could we? And they were like, oh, of course, not a problem. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Tim, you're a dork.
Yeah. Super nice. That started both of us recording the show.
Yes. They always say it happens on the most important shows you do.
Always.
And that turned out to be true because it hasn't happened since.
Yeah. Well, it probably happened to this show. And I'm not starting it over. Go with what you got.
Oh, I really should have hit record. Oh well.
The king of the pregnant pause.
And doesn't it draw your attention? And they're like, what's he gonna say next?
You used to yell at me. I was pausing.
You jump in there.
Back.
Are you there? Hello?
Hello? Did I lose the connection?
Is your noise gate too high? What's going on over there?
Oh my gosh. We have had so much fun. I got to tell you, folks, up until I had to leave, those were some of the best years of my life doing this show with this guy.
Oh.
He is as nice as he comes across on this show. So
wow.
Keep listening to my friend Tim. He's the king. I'm serious. I love you like a brother.
Oh.
We're not going to dwell on the mushy stuff.
No.
So don't even.
I was going to say and IU, and then I thought I better go
Stop
another pregnant pause.
Stop. This is how much Tim loves me. I pull into the studio today. My parking space, there's another fountain.
True.
Out my parking space. What's that all about?
Well, we had to add another fountain anyway. I just had to put some more antifreeze in it today. So that's why it had a little yellow tint to it.
Oh, that's what it was, antifreeze?
Well, you know.
Okay. All right. We'll go with that. Can you believe, do you remember we had the very first Looper meet when I went down to Disney, episode 377. I met all of those fantastic Loopers down there.
I do, and I was so jealous.
Oh, what a fun time.
Oh.
You know, and you, so Looper Nation, I understand, we're just a couple of guys.
That's it.
At Northeast Ohio, you know, and for you guys to come out and see us, for you guys to participate in the show and to listen every show, that means a lot to us, and we are shocked by that. Our wives don't listen to us. Our children certainly don't listen to us. So thank you. You keep us going.
True.
This is what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. But then we did one of the greatest shows ever.
You know, Mr. Michael Stanford was just talking to me about this show. Please continue.
Which one?
Are we talking about the road trip?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby. The Resort Loop road trip in the Collar family van.
Not too long after that first one, I got back and I said, we got to do another. That was so much fun.
It was.
And it was 5 years ago, in 2017.
Wow.
That we did that Looper meet live streaming while screaming down I-77.
Now, many people live stream now. Not that many people were doing it then, as I recall.
Oh,
and I will say, not only were we live streaming going highway speeds, we were taking live calls.
Yes. Yes. And one from Germany.
Germany, yes.
And then we went through the tunnel.
We went through the tunnel. But you know, the reception in the tunnel in Virginia was much better than the reception on I-4 getting closer to Orlando.
That's true. I do remember that. I'm like, what is going on?
We're on a major thoroughfare between Orlando and Daytona Beach. How can we not have any cell service?
Right. Oh. Right. And what a great time that was. That was so much fun.
That was.
Let's do that. Let's go down there this weekend.
Sign me up. I'll swing by Colorado.
You're the one who can book this trip for me now.
I can book it through Resort Loop Travel, and you have the jet, so you can get us there.
I do.
I don't know. Are you not really flying jets or planes?
Yeah, my jet's called a 2013 Toyota Camry.
Yeah, whatever.
That's my jet.
That's fine.
It would take me 3 days to get to you in the airplanes I fly.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, that was, oh my gosh, what a great trip. We met up with Len.
Yes.
We met up with Krista Mezzo.
Do you remember the special Joffrey's event?
Yes.
It was was it Mickey's 100th? What was Mickey's 90th?
I think it was it the 100th?
I don't remember. Maybe it was Mickey's 90th blend birthday. Maybe it was Mickey's birthday blend.
Yeah, maybe. Boy, I wish I had. Oh yeah.
And we were
that. That's when that wasn't the same trip.
That wasn't the same trip?
Was the trip we flew down. Remember when we flew down?
That's right.
Because I got stopped at TSA, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I've got a bunch of recording equipment in there. I got microphone cables and microphones."
Right.
And the girl looks at me and she goes, "Well, that's not why I stopped you." And I'm like, what's going on here? I was a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And she unzips the one part of my luggage, and she pulls out the Joffrey's coffee and starts swabbing that. And I'm like, don't swap my Joffrey's coffee. You're going to ruin it. It's good stuff. Don't be doing that. And then I come to find out nefarious characters around the world smuggle illegal substances in coffee.
Oh my.
And she was not happy I was bringing coffee. She was going to take my coffee. I was like, listen, lady, this is going to happen if you try and take that coffee.
I don't think they're smuggling it in little bags. I think they use big cans.
Cans? Is that how they smuggle coffee?
If I was going to smuggle something in coffee, I wouldn't use little bags. Oh.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, not that I've looked into this, not that I've done it. If you're
no,
a major federal agency, I'm just thinking out
loud. No, I have no classified documents in my garage, none, or in my closet.
I know you don't have a Corvette.
I do not have a Corvette.
Oh.
I wish.
I know.
Anyway, so those are and then we had that looper meet up in Cleveland, Ohio.
Right.
A bunch of people showed up for that.
I was so shocked.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I remember the Lawrences came down.
Yeah. From Niagara Falls. Oh my goodness gracious.
I was shocked.
It has been a wild 10 years. Wild 10 years.
Yes. I was going to bring up though that the coffee event we went to for the unveiling.
Yeah.
So it was you and me, a couple old podcasters, and all these young influencers running around with cameras and phones.
Yeah. We've got all this recording equipment. We look like, we're bringing luggage in. I forgot about that. Oh my gosh. That was the one that they invited us down, and that was when we flew down there, and had a phenomenal dinner with the crew from Joffrey's.
That was so nice.
That was really great too. Yeah.
I don't think we ever talked about it on the show because we didn't want to seem like we were bragging. I do recall.
No. but we've had some good times. We've had some sad times. There've been we have gotten letters from loopers that they're going through a tough time.
Yes. Oh.
It touches us that you guys think of us when you're going through a tough time, and we have helped you out through some of those times. Just trying to give you a moment where you don't have to think about it.
Right. Amazes me. Amazes.
Yeah. So we appreciate you guys like you don't know. And what was it? There was another one. Oh, yeah, our drive down. We stayed at that hotel. Remember that?
Oh.
That was with the individually wrapped bacon.
That was a fantastic breakfast in theory, but I don't think we could wait till lunch. The room smelled like a crime scene. Or they were covering up a crime scene.
Oh. Yeah. I think I don't know. I think I was sleeping in a bed of potpourri because it just, man, there were so many floral scents going all over there. Floral notes, I guess what that is.
I suppose.
What they call it, floral notes. So, we've
I was just going to say, you can just stay in that bed, is what I recall saying. Just stay over there. I'm going to be in this bed over here. I don't know what happened halfway through the night. I don't even remember anymore, but.
We said we wouldn't talk about that,
and we
would not.
It's like Bruno.
I wanted to talk about the bacon, and then there you go.
Yes, the bacon was individually wrapped.
It literally.
It was fantastic.
Oh my goodness. Oh, what else? Oh my gosh, we went down to, this was back when that one area, I can't remember it now, it's off the top of my head, but that one area at the Wilderness Lodge, they had just built that up. It was after they put in the DVCs, and it was still, the ground was still just dirt and stuff. They hadn't graded the ground yet. And we were over just sitting in chairs, you and me, just hanging out.
Oh, yes, by the water.
The water.
Dining place there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm blanking.
Probably one of the most romantic moments. No, it's not.
No. I mean, you did try to hold my hand, and I was like, listen, why not? Okay.
I was trying to get my beer back, so don't even.
Right. It was sangria. Come on.
Whatever. Don't judge me.
Oh my gosh, awesome.
But yeah, we have had some amazing times, and it's all because of Looper Nation.
Absolutely.
I know I keep going back to that, but we just be two crazy guys recording ourselves talking. It weren't for you guys,
Oh.
So
Geyser Point, by the way, is the name of the
Geyser Point.
I had to Google it real quick because I blanked.
Oh my gosh. And then you people made me run a marathon. What was that all about?
They didn't make me run a marathon.
That was the Expedition Everest Challenge. My son and I went down.
I remember. Was that the last one they did too?
Yeah, that was the last one. They never did it again. You know why? Because it was horrible. It was running. And not only just running, but you had to figure out clues. They were very hard.
How do you get clues while you're gasping for air?
Hello. Do they know how old I am? Oh my goodness gracious. But yeah, I mean, we did all kinds of crazy stuff. Gee.
It's a good time.
We were young. We were younger then, though.
I do remember when I went to the Indie Diz meet. You're like, you should go. So we went.
Oh, yes.
And I'm walking through there looking at things, and people kept coming up to me. Are you Tim? Are you? My wife and my daughter are with me. And people stopped to take their picture with me. My wife's like, who are you? That these people want to have their picture taken with you. I'm like, hey, I don't know. I was talking to a microphone. But it was so much fun. Oh,
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was somewhere. I was like halfway across the country when that was going down. I wasn't able to join you on that.
Right.
I don't know what I was doing. But yeah, that was and that brings up a good point. Our families have been involved in this. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't have been able to do it.
Right.
And they've been on the show. You guys have seen and heard just about every member of our family.
Yes.
So, a shout out to them. Thanks for allowing us to do this for 10 years, and that's an awful long time, and appreciate them being a big part of the show.
Oh, love it.
I hear you and Dawn on all the time. I love it. So
she loves doing shows now. She loves doing shows now.
Good.
I know. They're so much fun.
Awesome. I just wish we would have had some taglines, some things that we always used to say, but I can't remember any of them. I'm trying to think of some other stuff, man. What else you got?
I know you hit all the big ones. Like I was like, the Pixar where I threw the digital recorder halfway through. I just remember that.
Oh,
but I mean,
let me. I got one.
Okay.
So then this fella, remember the first guy with the baby blue eyes and then wavy
the
hair.
First one, yes.
Yeah. You would think I would have learned my lesson. Then this fella comes up to me again, I don't know, 5 years later or so, and says, we should do videos.
Right. There's still not a lot of videos out there. But there's some.
I tell you what, I love doing the cooking videos.
I was just telling somebody that the other day. I was like, I love doing the cooking videos.
Those were fun.
Fun.
I know I ate well. Tim did all the cooking. I just kind of handed the utensils, cleaned up afterwards. Yeah, that was the deal.
I will say I just made the Le Cellier beer cheese soup this past weekend.
Ooh, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Did you find the right beer to put in it?
I did this time. The Molson, or not the Molson, the Moosehead.
Oh yeah.
And then we couldn't find it, and I went to every beer place that I know of, which might be like 3 places. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody had it, so we had to substitute the Molson, which did a good job.
I remember that. Yeah, it still worked. Yeah, it still worked.
Yeah,
it was still good. Yeah, absolutely. And then the chicken. Oh my gosh, the chicken.
The homecoming chicken. Yes.
Yeah, I was afraid the fire. The smoke detectors were going to go off, though.
You sold your house not too long after we did that show, I kind of recall.
Ignore those burn marks on the ceiling. It's nothing.
But it smells fantastic.
Fluke accident. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. The best thing I could do, I think, if I had to do one of those shows where it was cooking, I did the drink shows.
You did the drink shows.
But if I had to do a food show, I probably would make the kitchen sink. That would be the one.
Scoop us some ice cream.
Yeah, that's all. Those are my skills levels.
And a whole can of whipped cream.
A whole can of whipped cream. But at least I did have one caveat, folks, when Tim said, "Hey, do you want to come on for the 10th anniversary?" And I said, as long as I don't have to read menus, man, I'll be there.
Oh,
you all thought I was joking. I didn't know the names to any of that stuff.
No, he didn't.
No. And Tim was just making up words at one point.
That's true. Like we said, doing the show, as long as you're not confident saying it. No one's going to question. Like, obviously, I've been pronouncing that wrong the whole time. Tim's got it nailed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then I go to look it up and it'd be like, that didn't even exist. I don't even know what he's talking about. Oh, my goodness. That was good times, man. Good times. Yeah. We got, where we work, some celebrities would come in once in a while. I got to meet Michael Rooker, Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy. Got to meet Louis Prima's son,
right?
Who's doing, following his father's footsteps. King Louis,
yes,
Jungle Book guys.
Right.
So so a lot of fun, man. We had a lot of fun doing the show. You're still having a lot of fun doing the show. I listen every now and then.
Excellent. Now and then. You can't listen while you're flying a plane?
I'm always watching.
Thanks, Roz.
By the way, the end of the show, when do I get my royalties for the action figures? What's that all about? Where's my action figure? Yeah. Well, I hope mine has karate action.
It'll have yes, karate action. It's supply chain issues. You know how that goes.
That's what it is. Oh, my friend. Well, thank you so much for letting me come on.
Well, thank you for coming on. Oh my gosh.
Time with you.
We had to catch up. We had to celebrate a TenCennial, if you will.
It's 10 cents? What?
Well, it is for you.
That's my royalties, folks, right there.
Oh my goodness.
I'm okay with that. I was paid in love.
You were.
In enjoyment.
You were so loved on the show, though. Not just by me, but all Looper Nation loved you. I was here. How's Bob doing? And I'm like, well, Bob Chapek's not doing very well right now. Iger's back in. Then they look at me funny and they go, Bob Collar. I'm like, Bob Collier with an I? They're like, no, Bob Collar. I said, no, he's doing fantastic.
We worked with a guy, folks, for 20 years?
Yes.
Never could pronounce my last name.
Ever.
20 years. I just let it be.
Yeah. Occasionally you would grab your collar. You would say Collier and you just kind of grab your collar and I'd say a word.
I just got tired of correcting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
But yeah. So, well, my friend.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I got to go use the restroom again. So I'll just hold on to things and I'll be back in a little bit. So
next time I'll turn your mic on a little bit sooner.
Please do. Please do.
Let's see if we remember how to,
buddy.
I love you as well. Let's see if we remember how to wrap up a show.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. Everybody, I'm Tim Scott. Facebook, Twitter, maybe Instagram, the website, ResortLoop.com.
I'm Bob Collar, Colorado.
A big square state.
I'm somewhere in there. Oh, my goodness.
Is there anywhere you want people to reach out to you, or you just say no? Just come to Colorado.
That's all I got.
All right.
I don't have,
Gotcha.
I just don't. I kind of walked away from the social media stuff because, it got weird.
You got things to do. Places to fly.
And I can't be looking at my social media at 10,000 feet.
That's what 20,000 feet's for.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, everybody, thank you. Thank you, Bob. Everybody.
Thank you, Tim.
Oh, you're so welcome. Everybody, you've been listening to The Gateway to the Magic.
See you, everybody.
Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoopTravelGroup.com.